Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another episode of Decidedly Vanilla Season 5. It is episode 3. Last episode, we had a pretty good time just hanging out with Zloy XP, killing him a couple times, having some PvP battles, and letting him kill us. I think it was about 12 or so times. So now there's 12 of our heads floating around. We got a couple of his heads on our wall, and it's looking lovely. It was really fun. Besides that, we went on an epic mining adventure and also set up our nether portal, so we have a fair few resources, and I'm looking to use like all of these resources in this episode. I want to do all the things, set up all the farms, and basically just do everything all at once. But the first project is actually going to be doing a proper AFK fish farm. So at the end of the last episode, I told you guys that I was going to go AFK overnight at this here AFK fish farm and see if we can get some drops from it. I've done some manual fishing using it, but I kind of totally forgot to try and do that last night, so yeah. But it doesn't really matter. Apparently our connection to the server is too bad to actually use this farm, so we're going to kind of just poke around the server, see if there's any other AFK fish farms on this server that work for us, or if there's just anything in general that'll be good, and then we can just kind of rip this one here out and hopefully build something that works much better, because we need to get ourselves some mending books, we need to get ourselves some good enchants, and this is a pretty decent way of doing it. And here we go, we got ourselves a brand new AFK fish farm. This thing is lovely and it's been working pretty well for me so far. So I saw this design over at Nobody's base and it works very well. So basically we just have a redstone torch on the back of this block right here from the tripwire hook that goes into a repeater on one tick, and that controls the trapdoor. So you can kind of adjust this design to match your particular lag that you may have. So we got a little bit of storage right there, and then underneath these trapdoors we got a little bit more storage as well. And hopefully we can get ourselves some mending or maybe some soak touch or other good things like that. Hopefully very soon. Definitely going to be going AFK overnight tonight to get some good things. Okay, so our next plan is actually going to be building ourselves just a little bit of a smelting system. So I want to get an 8 furnace smelting system going, and that'll be useful for getting XP from kelp, which we're definitely going to be starting on. So maybe a little bit of a kelp farm out in our little bay that we got outside. And then we can also use it for, smelting down mass amounts of potatoes for food and, just other things like that. All right, so we got ourselves a little bit of a 14 furnace array right here, and we got ourselves a little bit of a lever on here as well, which comes with free particle effects for when it's powered. That's a really nice 1.13 feature. Anyway, so why is that lever there? That lever there is powering the redstone that we have behind these furnaces. That redstone right there is going to lock the hoppers that are underneath the furnaces. So basically how this is going to work, we're going to throw in some items manually, throw in a little bit of fuel, and then it's going to smelt. All the smelted items are going to go into this chest over here, like how we have a little bit of dried kelp that we can eat. And then whenever we want to get some experience from these furnaces, we can flick the lever. Things from this will stay in here, and then we can take that out and get experience from it. So the cool thing about this in 1.13 is that even when this is unflicked, any items that it smelts and that get taken out by the hopper, it'll still remember the experience. So like if we smelt 10 stacks of kelp and then take out one item manually, we'll get the experience for all 10 stacks of kelp, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to be using that for a little bit of experience and also a little bit of fuel, because you can turn this dried kelp here into kelp blocks, and then each one of these smelts 20 items. So it's pretty much a self-powering system after you invest a little bit of fuel in the beginning. And the wonderful thing about this is that we have a whole bay out here full of kelp plants. So basically what we can do is we can just kind of hop in a boat out here, swim out to this little forest of kelp, and then just kind of dive down to the bottom here. So we're not going to be breaking the bottoms of the plants because that would remove the plants. So we're going to be breaking like the bottom middle. All these items will float up to the surface. We can collect them in our little boats and then just start smelting them. So just from like 2 minutes of being underwater and breaking these kelp, like middle of the base, so that we're not actually removing the plant and allowing them to still grow some more, we've gotten pretty much a full inventory of this stuff, and this is actually pretty fun. Just boating around, you hear all the little popping sounds from picking out the items. Oh man, this is a great update. The fishies are up here playing with it too. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love it. So I'm gonna smelt down all this stuff, and we'll see just how how much fuel and how much experience we can get in maybe 10 or so minutes. I think that'll be a pretty good test duration of the efficiency of this little project. So the smelting is now done, and I just smelted down about a double chest of kelp, the normal green stuff, and we got, you know, about that much dried kelp along with a stack of kelp blocks, which is 9 to a single one, of course. And we also had to use a bunch of this dried kelp blocks for smelting down the kelp itself. So as you can see there, we just took out 5, we got a level, and I'm just kind of curious to see how many levels we get in total from this. We started off with 4, and we're already up to 10. Wow. This is awesome. So it did take me slightly longer to do this than I thought it would, simply because I had to put in all the items into the furnaces manually. So I had to put in all the kelp and I had to put in all the fuel. But if we set up an automatic system for this, it'll be really quickly. So we just got 10 levels from that, from a double chest of kelp. That's not too bad, honestly. That's not too bad. We can definitely set up a fully automatic system for this. And then we just got, you know, 2.5 stacks of kelp blocks, you know, bonus from that. So we can use this to smelt down other items in the future. And it is overall a lovely process. So someday, here shortly, we're definitely going to be setting up an automatic kelp farm and then a real super smelter with mine carts and, you know, fully automated business. It'll be lovely. Alright, so we finished up our super smelter project for this episode. However, there is, of course, much room for improvement. And yeah, just making a couple farms, making a kelp farm, making a massive super smelter. That'll be fun, and we can get that done here in the coming episodes. But what we're going to do right now is get ourselves a little bit of an XP farm. So unless Minecraft is lying to me, there should be a double spawner down below this point here. I need to find it. There should be 1 skeleton and 1 zombie, so we can have ourselves a double spawner, and that'll be very, very useful, getting ourselves some bones, getting some general experience. So I guess I'm just gonna dig down there and kind of see what's going on. Well, I haven't found any spawners, but I did find this awesome water ravine kind of deal. Like, this goes on forever in that direction, and it also goes on forever in this direction. This just looks so cool. This is awesome. And then it also leads up to the surface over there. About to drown again. Really need to get myself some respiration. Oh, and Depth Strider and Aqua Affinity. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. So yeah, no spawners in this area, but I did kind of loot a ravine over here and got a fair amount of, you know, iron and lapis and coal. So that's always nice, but still on the lookout for some spawners. Wow. I gotta say how cool this looks at nighttime. These coral reefs are so awesome. The sea pickles lighting it up and everything. Wow. This is so cool. Oh man, I love the light on top of the water as well. It's a little bit glitchy, but hey, it looks so awesome. I might collect a couple sea pickles while I'm here actually. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's do that. I see none. There's one. Give me my pickles. And these things look even cooler underwater. So awesome. I really, really love the warm ocean biomes. That is like one of the main reasons why I picked the base location, is because these warm oceans, they're so cool. And there's a pufferfish. Wow. This is awesome. This is like the first time I'm really seeing this stuff in survival. They're so, so cool. Oh, we gotta drown with a trident. Drown with a trident. Code red, code red. Oh my god, there's 2 of them. No, no. Oh. Yeah, that's right. You guys can just fight each other for a hot second. Wow, I did not expect that. And I'm drowning. Crap. Just harvesting some kelp, and these guys are being a big mean. I guess I'll sweep in for the kill and hopefully get myself a trident. Come on. Drop a trident. No, nah. Ah, man, poor guy. That was exciting though. So trying to find any kind of spawner the traditional way by caving or doing anything like that was not paying off whatsoever. Did not find a single spawner or anything. So I guess we're going to postpone the XP farm idea and maybe expand on this kelp smelting system for XP later on. But anyway, what we're going to do now is actually try and find ourselves a village. I know that there should be one about 1,000 or so blocks that way. And hopefully there are some villagers there. Hopefully it's not claimed as well. And depending on how things go, we might be able to bring a couple villagers back here to our little hobbit hole and maybe even start up like a villager breeder or something like that. Honestly, not too sure, but I have plans for what to do with villagers after we get them. So I'm just gonna kind of head over there. I got all the supplies. I got the emeralds in case I want to trade with any over there. Maybe find like a mending villager or something. Also got the Soak Touch shovel so I can bring back some bookshelves, and got some water breathing potions so that maybe we can do some shipwreck exploring or something on the way, or maybe in that area. Oh, yeah, so this thing just completely generated in water. I've only seen stuff like this a couple times before. I think the funniest one I've ever seen, though, of a village generating is a village generating over a ravine, and then these houses just having like 100 blocks of cobble underneath them. Oh, this is lovely. Are there any ones with villagers in them? Okay, there's a couple guys over there. Does this one have any bookshelves? Need the bookshelves. The bookshelves are like one of the main things that we're here for. And, oh wow, there's actually quite a big village. Nice, I like it. Also, don't see any other signs of other players, so it's probably safe to assume that we can go ahead and take this over. Woohoo! Wow. Look at all these animals. Look at all these mobs. This is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen more mobs in one place, more passive mobs in a single place. That's amazing. Anywho, it is now sunrise again. Very fine. Cool, that is great. This is a random path. That actually might be a house right there. Jeez, this village is so messed up. Anyway, I have secured the entire village, removed doors from the little houses, and kind of just got all the villagers into these bigger houses. I think we have something like 11 or so. There was a sharpness 4 villager, a flame villager, and I think a feather falling 4 villager. Other than that, I don't know. I didn't really look at too much, but I know there's quite a few farmers. I'm completely surrounded right here. Now, this is gonna be fun. So just to give you a better look at how many sheep and chickens and pigs are over here. Wow, so many, so many. So right off the coast of this village over here is an awesome little mountain range. Look at that, that is really cool. And there's also a shipwreck right there. So I'm gonna go explore that in a second. I got myself some water breathing potions, and I just kind of put down a couple signs on this village. So we got Silence Future Slave Army, needed to combat the undead armies of Zloy XP, the necromancer of the server. He's got a bunch of zombies everywhere, and I need something to fight them with. Maybe villagers isn't the best choice of an army to fight an army of zombies, but hey, we'll make it work. Anyway, so I need to set up another portal over here and decide which villagers I'm taking back to the base. I only need 3 villagers, and it's gonna take me a little bit to get them to my place. I got to set up another portal, got to set up a couple nether tunnels, got to make my nether bridge much safer, and I got to make a little holding pen at my house. So it's gonna take me a hot minute, but if there's anything interesting along the way, I will show you guys what's up. Oh my god. Phantoms. Phantoms. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the first time I've ever seen these guys. They attacked me right as I went to sleep. Oh, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Die. I mean, you're already dead, but still, that is crazy. Scared the absolute hell out of me. Because I was just in bed, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, what is happening? That is my first time seeing phantoms on anything. That is so cool. So, just found a little bit of a buried treasure map, and we got ourselves the first heart of the sea on the world. That is pretty awesome. Now we have the materials, or at least the main thing to make a conduit. We still need some more Nautilus shells, but that is pretty cool. And we also got a whole bunch of other amazing loot in here. Wonderful. Alright, so it has now been a couple hours later, and we got all 3 villagers back from the village that is, you know, a couple thousand blocks over yonder. I took them through the nether in some boats. Honestly, it wasn't too big of a deal. We got ourselves a cleric, a leather worker, and most importantly, a farmer guy. And I also set up the villager breeder, which is looking lovely, super duper, just like the best thing ever. Little bit of a lightning shield up there, and yeah, we basically just need to get the villagers in there. So my plan for that is not pushing them up these stairs. I do not want to push villagers around. That's like the slowest thing ever. So what I'm actually thinking we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hit that so we don't hit the villager, and just kind of push them into this water elevator right here. Now, I should have placed down a couple boats while I was up there. That way, when he, you know, goes up there, he just lands in a boat. But This shouldn't be too big of a deal. Bubble columns, work your magic, very fine. And now he's up here. We can go ahead and place down a boat. And voila, we can just go ahead and take this guy straight into the villager breeder. No big deal. So let me get all this done. All right, so we got our villagers into the villager breeder, and now what we need to do is make sure that this guy's inventory is only going to be full of potatoes. So we're going to hit F3 and B again to show the hitboxes, hit the boat, and wonderful. So now we just kind of need that guy to plant out whatever he has in his inventory. He's from a village, so he probably has like wheats and beets and carrots and potatoes. See, he planted something. I'll go ahead and pick that up. Beetroot seeds. Ah, disgusting, dude. Jeez, how dare you? Like, ah, man, I gotta help this guy out. Beetroot seeds are the worst. So yeah, basically just get him to plant down everything he has in his inventory. And then once he stops planting, I'll throw him some potatoes and stuff. And that is so that we get reasonably clean villagers from this farm. Not super muddled villagers. And that will make it super easy to make crop farms later on with the villagers that we get from this breeder. Real quick, something I just want to bring up is that the new glass texture in the 1.13 or the just the new textures for Minecraft looks really nice. It doesn't have all those streaks in the center. It's got a little bit of something on the side, and it's got kind of a hard border, but it looks really nice. Also, yes, we are using the new textures for Minecraft. They're not completely compatible with 1.13. I think it's just horses and vines that don't work in 1.13, but that's fine. I can live with that. And yeah, pretty much that's it. That's why you might notice the new different leaves or the strange looking potatoes or the new different armors. That is because we're using the new textures for Minecraft. And honestly, they look pretty good. Been using them for a couple days now. Kind of used to them. And I figure at least, 90% or so of these textures are going to be staying the same because they are still being worked on. But might as well just get used to the new textures while they're around. Anywho, that was more rambling than I intended for that topic. So I'm not entirely sure how well this breeder works on Java Edition. I've seen two others of this design in this world, one at spawn and one at Kane's base. So yeah, pretty much. This is my new and improved Villager Breeder 2.0 for console edition, and apparently it works on Java as well. But the one at World Spawn got really backed up with villagers, so I'm not sure if that's just a problem with it, or if it just was built slightly wrong. I don't know, but it's kind of cool to see two of these in this world. Did not think that this was really widely used on Java Edition, but apparently it is. So I'm just kind of wait around for these guys to breed. I don't think they have enough food at the moment, so I'll come back once we get ourselves a baby. Oh my god, I totally missed it, but we got ourselves a baby villager. That's awesome. Lovely, lovely. And it looks like he's sitting right down where he should. He should be sitting there until he is an adult villager, and then swim up this kind of water elevator here, and then fall into this little chamber, which totally needs a torch. Really glad I noticed that. Maybe put a few more torches in there. Yeah, you can never be too safe with villagers and zombies, honestly. And that is why this thing is bare bones. It is only what is required for villagers. Not worried about making anything look pretty as of now. We will get to building, hopefully in the next couple episodes. Still kind of working out my plans for the base and the sea and the ocean and all the different things that we're going to be building. But that is beside the point right now. Right now we are focusing on this enchanter that I just set up. So we got enough bookshelves from the villagers that we raided, and I think it's probably about time that we make ourselves a proper diamond helmet. My iron one broke in the nether, so we can just go ahead and hopefully get something half decent. Fire protection 3 and breaking 2. This is a pretty jank thing. I only have 30 levels. Dang it. Can I get something good on a diamond sword, maybe? Knockback 2. That's not very good. Anything else? Literally anything else that I can do? Maybe a bow. I just built this thing. Power 3. Oh my god. Okay, well, but that's kind of unfortunate. I guess we'll worry about enchanting some stuff in the next episode. So I guess if our enchanter doesn't want to work for us, we can always just spend our levels on making a better fishing rod. So look at the C3 mending, and now on breaking 3, 15 levels. Let's go ahead and call this thing the God Rod, because That is what I always call my fishing rod. Doesn't have lure. I'm not worried about lure. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I really do hope that you did enjoy all the shenanigans and business that we got up to today. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you did. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. And I'll see you down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. And then there was silence.